Donald Trump is tearing MAGA apart, and now even his allies aren't safe, because Trump just threw Tulsi Gabbard under the bus in a stunning new interview. Now, it's no secret that Donald Trump is tearing apart his own base. Now, with his bizarre attempt at entering into a war, it's only fractured his base even more.
Trump tweeted, "We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it. But it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA."
I mean, what is different is Tucker Carlson is actually basically an intimate of President Trump. You know, after the election last year, Tucker was down at Mar-a-Lago for weeks. He's very close to the president's son. He's very close to Robert F. Kennedy. He was part of conversations about the formation of the government. If you go back to his time at Fox and after he left Fox, he was the most Trumpist of the people there. But again, the Trump message has always included more people than any one policy can contain. If you look, you know, at tariffs and lowering taxes or anything along those lines. So this is a breaking point. I mean, Tucker was on a different web show yesterday saying that if Trump goes through with this could be the end of his presidency. So the stakes are pretty high, and these are very strong words being exchanged between the two men.
But it was on Air Force One when Donald Trump was caught by reporters to answer several questions. First, Trump exposed himself as a psychopathic monster, refusing to call Governor Tim Walz even after the tragedy in Minnesota.
On Minnesota, there were a lot of horrific details that came out today about the suspect who's been charged there. Have you called the governor yet or been able to speak to any of them?
I don't really call him. He appointed this guy to a position. I think the governor of Minnesota's so whacked out. I'm not calling him. Why would I call him? I could call him and say, "Hi, how you doing?" The guy doesn't have a clue. He's a mess. So, you know, I could be nice and call him, but why waste time? On the big, beautiful bill.
Trump also revealed a man more paranoid and delusional than ever.
What can you do in Washington that you couldn't do in Canada?
Just be a little bit, I think, more well-versed. Not having to use telephones so much because I don't believe in telephones. Because people like you listen to them, you know. So being on the scene is much better.
But by far the most shocking thing that came from this interview was Donald Trump throwing Tulsi Gabbard under the bus.
In a stunning mid-flight moment aboard Air Force One, President Trump just humiliated a key member of his own team, publicly contradicting Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and all but dismissing her credibility in front of reporters. The exchange came during a press gaggle when CNN's Caitlin Collins pressed Trump on Iran's nuclear capabilities, reminding him that Gabbard had previously testified before Congress that Iran was not actively building a nuclear weapon.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003. The IC continues to monitor closely if Tehran decides to reauthorize its nuclear weapons program.
What happened next shocked many.
But how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having it.
That wasn't a political rival. That was his own DNI, whom he personally appointed. Gabbard's March testimony echoed the intelligence community consensus. Iran suspended its nuclear weapons program in 2003 and has not restarted it. Yet Trump ignored that, saying he thinks Iran is very close to building a bomb, with no evidence to support the claim. This isn't just a difference of opinion. This is a full-blown public rebuke. And it's already raising serious questions in Washington. How can Gabbard remain in her role if the president openly disregards her intelligence briefings? Was this a power play to silence her recent anti-war warnings? And what does it say about the state of national security when the commander-in-chief rejects verified intelligence in favor of his own hunches? Gabbard, once praised for her independent streak, has clashed with Trump before, even warning in a 2020 viral post. To all who voted for Trump because of his anti-war rhetoric, it's time to realize he lied to you. Now, that quote feels eerily prophetic. One thing is clear. The cracks in Trump's inner circle aren't just widening. They're exploding in public view.
So long story short, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, Donald Trump will throw you under the bus. And it seems even Tulsi Gabbard knew this in her previous tweets. Either way, grab your popcorn, because MAGA is crashing and burning in real time.